47 if I have my notes right. I think I do. I have a lot of notes. Here they are. If you don't know what Craft Roulette is, and you saw those beautiful, beautiful cards, well, we are the ultimate card-making game. Card-making paper. I can do this in my sleep. What is Craft Roulette? It is the ultimate paper crafting card-making game show challenge, and we're here almost every Friday night at 6:30 Central Time. Here's a seat for you. Please join us. By the way, before we go any farther, hit that share button, would you please? And let somebody know that you are here hanging out at my mess with Mr. Wheel, Mr. Mike, Mr. Producer, and me. And we're just waiting to meet this wonderful guest that we have on tonight, Desiree Kuemmerle. I think that's how you say it. But we have a little bit to cover first before we introduce her. She's, by the way, I rewatched the last time she was on. She's only been on once since June. So much has happened since then. And she's still just delightful. She will come in with this blaze of purple, Team Purple. This is your girl. So get ready. But do please share right now our show, because somebody is sitting there watching the Netflix reruns that they have watched 100 times. Do them a favor and invite them to join us tonight. I have no other housekeeping. Chatterbox, did you love those cards? 165, and I saw, was that a record? Yes, it was. It was a record. So well done, everyone. What a welcome back to the show. I don't think it was just me at all. But, man, felt good to get all those cards and all that love and on paper. Shelf. That was a fun one. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit more about that when we get to our achievement board. Do want to thank our spin sponsors. I look like I could spin myself. Creative Scrapbook Magazine is offering a year-long subscription to their magazine. Inky Stamper, we had Chelsea on last week, and I was so delighted to see how many people have ordered a few things from her. Well done. Thank you so much for supporting our spin sponsors. And Possum Stamps. We're going to learn more about them next week, so hang on tight. Caitlin Anthony works as a design team person for them, and so I know we will get to see some of her action with her possum stamps, and it's a delightful company. So we thank you all so much for giving our giveaways a little more pep and fun. That is okay. So seriously, I'm not big on numbers. Merry math is a real thing, but $75 a week this month as giveaways for people that have sent in a card. That is freaking awesome. I don't care whose numbers you're counting or what language you're counting in. That is pretty darn good.
And that's not including our giveaways.
That's right. And I have a secret about my giveaway, our goodie bags, coming up real soon, but I'm not going to tell you tonight. I'm going to do the Crafty Owl thing and do some teasing. She's real good at it. I've been studying Crafty Owl. We at Craft Roulette are not sponsored by our spin sponsors. We are generously supported by our patrons, and we thank you so very much. You guys, I've come back with a vengeance. It's hard for me to hold back and not just overwhelm you with fun things to do. But do I have something? I do. I have something. Tomorrow, you're going to get a new sheet for fun. We did show you how to make some cute little trucks this week. Watch fast. Shoo! You're going to have so much fun with the coloring sheet that I'm going to give you tomorrow morning. So anyway, stay tuned. That is for our patrons, because we honestly don't make any money here except for we are helped by our patrons. And so we thank you very, very much for your generosity and your kindness. It's a kissy face kind of thing tomorrow. Be there. All right. Mr. Mike, still wearing his winter shirt because it's supposed to snow here tonight. His winter shirt, plus it's red for the Chiefs. So this is by the House of Detizio. Once again, she is not his sole dresser, but he does get a lot of her little work. So thank you so much, Arlene. You're a lot of fun. Merch. We got my little spinny shirt. I'll run into Mr. Mike if I go all the way around. This is part of our merchandise that we keep saying we're going to update and we never do. So hang in there. We'll just do that sometime and you'll just probably fall off your chair. No, I hope. One time I was, a nurse that I was working with was talking to somebody who did fall off their chair and she just started laughing so hard and she couldn't even breathe. She was laughing so hard. I don't know what it is, but anyway, don't fall off your chair. We'll try to warn you and tell you to have pillows around. So, any more than that? I don't think we have anything. Thank you for being here tonight. If you're watching the replay, please leave us a comment. A thumbs up is always appreciated. And what was that thing you were going to do? Oh, yeah. You were going to share because we have closed down our Facebook group to private. So people can't see it accidentally just rolling through their Facebook feed. So we need to have you guys join the army, the Craft Roulette Culture Army, and spread the word. All right, thank you. Now I got to write this. I wrote this down because this is from Desiree's biography on our Craft Roulette Spin Spot Associates guest crafter page with her on it. Please welcome she who is fluent in crafting, a master paper manipulator, a violator of all that makes sense. From Pennsylvania, Desiree Kuemmerle. We welcome you.
Hi!
Oh, there's that girl who is fluent in crafting. Master
Absolutely.
of paper crafting.
Absolutely.
And a violator of all that makes sense. Tell us more about you. You're obviously quite a character.
Yes, I have a very dry sense of humor, but first, thank you so much for having me back. I appreciate that and honored. I can't wait till what the wheel does for me. I'm sure it'll be interesting. But I have been in Lansdale my whole life. Been with my husband for well over 20 years, which I'm amazed at. He puts up with me, absolutely. And then, of course, I have my furry bot, Max, which I'm sure he will make another appearance at some point. Right now, he's sleeping right at the corner of my table. And that's about it. And yes, my hair is purple. You're not seeing things. Don't change your dial.
It's way purple.
It is the correct
it's way
color.
Purple.
Yes.
It is the correct color. Wonder what would happen if I went orange.
I heard that.
I think it'd probably be pretty freaking scary. I may have to look into an orange wig.
I don't know about orange.
Maybe a
blue?
Orange and purple. One wig, two colors so I could run for office and be both sides.
That could be. That could be. I've got to find a way to cover the gray, so this works.
Yeah, that's what I'm long gone. Anyway, why do you define yourself as the violator of all that makes sense?
Because I will push anything to the limits. Even though you have a piece of paper, it doesn't mean you just have to cut it. You can rip it, shred it, ink it, spray it, tear it, crumble it. You can do anything with it.
Last time you were on, you tore a piece. You did a bunch of ink blending, splattered it with water, and then you tore it with a shape for a pocket, and it was it was cool.
We don't have to stay with the normal. We can push ourselves to the limits and create beautiful art.
It's a fun thing to do, isn't it?
It is.
It really is. I would be so stinking sad if I didn't have it.
My husband would probably go crazy if I didn't have this. So yeah.
Is he allowed in your room yet?
No.
That's probably why you've been married over 20 years.
This is true. Yes. He's just that little kid that comes in and plays with the scissors and plays with the markers, and he's doing everything wrong. So yeah, no. Nope. Nope.
So when you've been married 50 plus years and the TV guy comes out and says, "What's the secret to your long marriage?" You'll say, "He stays out of my craft room."
We have our own things. He golfs, I craft. That's it.
That's right. That's right. That's good. So the show is pretty much the same since you've been on. There's not going to be a whole lot of changes, so you can just relax and and look forward to some creative time. Those eyes got pretty big.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
But
they did.
yeah. But first, even though you've been on the show, you had a question for me.
Yes. Can you let me know exactly what Craft Roulette's about?
Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns, aren't there?
There are.
We have a little video to explain it. Thank you all for being here. Let's get this show going. Thanks for being here, Desiree.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
Last week I forgot that I was on. This week I'm on top of it, and I'm telling you that I forgot last week. So covering all the bases. Yes, that is what Craft Roulette is, and we are here every week almost. On Friday nights. So you are always so welcome to join us. If you like to craft, if you don't like to craft, if you're just tired and you don't want to watch, what is popular on Netflix right now? I don't even know. But if you don't want to watch that, you can just hang out with us. We're all friendly, aren't we? We don't bite. We don't do any of those bad, nasty things. So we do like to celebrate some achievements here on Craft Roulette. We used to be able to show all of the cards during this section, but now that we have broken the record of 165 cards, well, actually before this, but we can't do it in the middle of the show or the show would just get too long. So we started at 6:10 Central Time, so we have the slideshow, so you can sit back and enjoy all those beautiful cards. It makes so much sense when you know what we're doing. So yes, 165. Well done. We're going to see the people that are first timers, our 0 heroes, which are the people that have sent in 10, 20, 30, up to 140 cards. Our leading ladies for the week are new to Club 52, and we do have a new mug clubber, and I'm going to give a shout out to Sue Masoner right now for being our new mug clubber. That means she has sent in 100 cards. That's a whole lot of cards. That's like this many. If you put them all up and down. Sue's been a friend of mine for many, many years, and it's so fun to have her on this journey with me still. It's wonderful. Congratulations. I did make a list of all the mug clubbers that I owe mugs to today. I did try to get those started when I was still under the anesthetic fog, and it didn't work. I was looking at them and I couldn't put it all together, but I do have, I think I'm coming out of the fog, and I don't have any more excuses. I actually walked a half a mile today, so I'm feeling like I'm really getting close to my old self, which I'm getting older, close to my older self every day. So anyway, we do want to celebrate all of these achievements. The parameters were easy, I think, pretty easy. You had double tag, lots of creative ways to use tags. If you like tags on your cards, make sure you visit that gallery. You're going to get lots of ideas. 2 greens plus 2 turned out to be really fun. The way that you chose your colors to go with greens, and the 2 greens that you chose, really, really great choices. I loved it. Shelf or shelves. I can't believe how many things you've put on shelves. It's really fun. And you really stretched it with the continental shelf, a shelf cloud, all the things that you came up with. Always true to form, Craft Roulette, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes, you stretch the boundaries and it's delightful. And then in the background, you really did put some fun into that too. So what can we say? This was my card. It was so fun to be back last week. I was on cloud 9. And Chelsea Comer, who wouldn't have fun with Chelsea? Seriously, what a little bubbly thing she is. And she made this darling little card for her parameter card. And she's got the puppy stuff up on the shelf. The next part is on a timer so that I am disciplined. Oh, wait, one more sip. I always get a sip. Let's do it. Jen W. is our first timer this week. So fun to have you join us, Jen. Thank you so much. And you're in the kitchen with your shelf. Marjorie from Wisconsin joined us with a black cat. I don't think that fish is safe. Lisa from Massachusetts sent in her first time card. She's going for the coffee. Always a good choice. Team Orange, I think, or maybe Red. Tony, yes, you're noticing that last name. It is Chelsea's husband. Sent in his first card that he's ever made. Isn't that clever? Welcome, Tony. Jackie from Pittsburgh sent in her first card. I love that purple plant. Okay, Team Purple a little bit. Very nicely done. Gwen from Minnesota, isn't that? Am I? She was hanging out with some of our friends at the Whimsy retreat and sent in a card.
Michigan.
Oops. I am still in a fog. Kim from Wisconsin, a first-time contributor, sent in these cute little frogs. Joanne from New Jersey sent in her first card. Oh, so many blues. Very pretty. Vicky, also a first-timer, sent in this cute tag card. Look at that idea. Nice. And it's got a little inky stamp. Maddie is our first Zero Hero with 10 cards. They look like they're having a good time. Caitlin has sent in 20. She will be here next week. Looking forward to hanging out with her. She's always a lot of fun. Pretty card, Caitlin. 20 cards for Amy Moore. Not too far from me. Amy, we're going to have to meet you someday. From Peculiar, Missouri. Very pretty card. Kim Miller has sent in 30. She's in the kitchen, too, with her shelf. And tags. Cute stuff. Sue Harris from London has sent in 30. I thought this was really pretty, Sue. I remember talking to you about it on the Facebook group with the Kerwin Mad Cat. Gwen Simmons has sent in 30. Look at that. You sent in your first card when Desiree was on last time.
Same thing with Sue.
Cheryl is sent in 30 cards. She lives in British Columbia, Canada. Very nice. Makira has sent in 30 cards. Completely different style from the one before and the one before. We all just have our own styles, and I love seeing it. Tammy Williams has sent in 40 cards. Her card was talked about on Fun Universe, or just a creative espresso this week. Anne has sent in 40 as well. Pretty little teacups. I like that little tablecloth. Leslie has sent in 50 cards. You guys, that's a lot of cards. Well done, Leslie. Thank you so much for your faithful contributions. Jean has sent in 60 woohoo cards. Very excited to have that 60 woohoo. Thank you so much, Jean. Looks like I know ya. Stacy has also sent in 60. You know, you do get to know these people in the chat and in Facebook, and then by their cards, and then on our patron blog. It's all fun. Lisa has sent in 70 cards. Look at that kitty. And how he can get those mice to sing. What a deal. Catherine has sent in 90 consecutive cards. Catherine, that's outstanding. Just kiss your brain 90 times right now. Luann Johnson has also sent in 90 cards, and she often gets hers done right away before I get the show done sometimes. Well done, Luann. Sue Masner, there's that 100 girl, that mug clubber. Very nice. It's so good that you're feeling well enough to craft again. Patty Beck is our contribution leader with 141 cards, consecutive week after week, week after week. Patty, we love ya. Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis has sent in 124 consecutive cards. These are not easy things to do. Well done, Ellen. And I know you're here, you're a moderator too. What a girl. 5K Lamone has sent in 113 cards. All fantastic. Thank you so much, 5K, for hanging in with us. Kathy Herring has sent in 111. Look how pretty that little vase is and flowers. So pretty. Our numbered, I had those contributions backwards again. Dadgummit, I thought I had it right. Jackie Muller is our 5th and 6th, whichever, contributor, and she's tied with Smurf Murphy, not number 1, but number 5th or 6th. I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry, Patty, I ripped you off. So anyway, I guess the only one that would be right would be Kathy Herring. Dina Hiltbrand is new to Club 52. Welcome. There's no perks, no special lounges, no discounts, no nothing. We just get to say you're in Club 52, and we thank you for it so much. I really thought, Mr. Producer, I tried really hard to get those right this time.
We even put a note in there for you.
Well, nobody can say she plays with a full deck very often. But, you know, if you don't play with a full deck all the time, you can use those extra cards for some crafts. Always thinking, just not very clearly. Thank you all for your 165 contributions to make the gallery on episode 146. Very special and very full. We do have a website, craftroulette.live, and on that website you will find every episode, every gallery with that episode, and this last one, 146, also has 5 process videos that people have sent in based on those parameters that they made last week. So it's awesome. Just hang out there. You will be amazed at how much creativity and motivation you will find. So let's get busy with tonight's parameters, shall we? But first, bring her back. She's ready. She's smiling. She's still purple. So it's going to be purple for a while. How do you ask for your purple color? Do you describe your purple color, or do they know? They just know.
Well, this was actually something new. Because of the streak that I have. So
okay.
They have fun because I let them have fun. I tell them I need a cool purple because eventually I do want to go lavender.
Oh, okay. For spring, go a little lighter lavender.
Well, when you have all this silver hair, it's just easier to blend in.
Oh, gotcha.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
My husband's not ready to see all the gray. He's just not.
Gray hair doesn't always color as well as other color or other hair.
No, it doesn't. So it's definitely a process and a long time to spend in a hairdresser when I can't create. So yeah, it's
kind of get itchy, kind of going, I wish I had a pencil underneath this cape. Can I use that foil? I could use it to make something. I could do a little origami with foil. Yeah, something, anything. Let me craft, for Pete's sake. Well, are you feeling it? You're ready.
Oh,
right?
I'm feeling it.
You're right at the bottom of your stomach, right?
Feeling something.
All right. Well, let's bring on those parameters. Those are the parameters we will be getting to told on by Mr. Wheel what to make tonight. And we're going to spin for project colors, element, and random. Each one of those have 24 options, and we have no control over what we're going to get, do we? Not a single bit of. Well,
we could.
Vetoes.
A little control.
We have interpretive control, but we don't cheat or anything and put our fingers in the wheel and make them stop on something we want or nothing like that. We don't cheat like that. We don't say, "Oh, go look over there," and then pick a number. We don't do that. No, but we do give our patrons a little a little bonus there, and they get to control some of the show. They get to pick a veto for colors, element, and random, and that means that if the wheel lands on those things, we're going to spin again, and the wheel cannot make us use those things. If you think you can use that parameter in the card that you want with the parameters we get, you still can. This will make sense later, or later in the show, as we say, lits. First, we need to know what those vetoes are, and that means I need to change my paper. The vetoes that some of those patrons will even say, I'm not vetoing anything because I like them all, and that's fine. But for colors, they said no yellow background +2. They're not feeling the yellow. I think we're all number 10. Nope, you're right. Well, there's yellow +2 colors, but there's not yet. Okay, I didn't know there was 2 so close. No problem. And for element, they said no large animals. So, I don't know how large. Well, anyway, we don't have to worry about it. It's a veto. And for random, they said no 3-item cluster. Number 11. Okay. Now we want to know, we've started something lately with our guests. Well, for one, they get to choose a veto. So is there something that you don't want the wheel to make you do? Something that would ruin your night. You're ready for first card.
Yes, I'm ready for that one.
You're ready.
Robots.
And the disrespect that my robots get is just something else. Yeah. Okay, well, that's fair. You won't have to make a robot if you don't want to. Here's our new twist. The Fab Four. What would you like out of each one of those parameters? Which would make you the happiest tonight? If you were at a roulette table and you said, I want these lucky parameters to show up tonight, I'm betting the rent money on it, which ones would they be? For project?
Card on a card.
Card on a card. That's what she wants. We'll hope for you. For colors?
Gray background +3.
I love gray backgrounds. Just absolutely love them. I don't see it right off. There it is, 16. For element, I gotta guess.
Bouquet.
I thought that might be it. Bouquet, 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 and random.
Outside the line.
Outside the line. Pushing that line, it sounds good to you. So if you get your wishes and you won't lose your rent money, you're going to get card on a card, gray background +3, a bouquet, and outside the line. Well, let's give this guy a warm up and see what he's feeling like tonight. I wish you well. I hope you get the big jackpot, which isn't really a jackpot, but we got to roll with the idea, the theme here. Okay, for project. Will we get card on a card? Have you done Joyfolds? You know that one? We had it a couple weeks ago. Bookmark. Okie dokie. Alrighty. For colors, will we get something with some purple? Hi, Ashley. Oh, we got what you wanted.
Yes.
Yeah. She's feeling lucky tonight. We got gray background +3. And for element, I like a happy guest. $23. Bunny or bunnies? That was a nod to Amanda Stevens when she was here. And for random, I've got my dust bunnies always ready. $14. Swag. There's that swag. I was always kind of hoping we'd never get that. But we'll deal with it. We are going to talk about each and every one of these, so don't worry, guys. Don't panic and go, oh no, I don't know what those things are. I'm not going to do the card this time. I was gonna do my first card, but no way now. No, don't worry about it. We're going to figure it out. You guys are going to put on your thinking caps and be throwing out all sorts of ideas. Do want to say, when we get busy with this, before we do, this is going to be your art project. As you saw in the slideshow, all of the cards are so beautifully unique. We are making little art projects, and today on my sheet, I added to my sheet the definition of art. And none of your names were on this as an exclusion. Okay, none of them. It says the definition of art is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination. So far, so good, right? We're all human. We all have imaginations, and some of us question our creative skill, but I know you have it. Typically in a visual form, that's what we do, such as painting or sculpture, card making, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. And it doesn't say except for Mary Gunn or Desiree Kuemmerle or even Mr. Producer.
And it doesn't list a bunch of rules.
It doesn't list a bunch of rules. So we give you the rules. And the rules are you have to use a bookmark, gray background +3, bunnies or bunny, and something about swag. Oh gosh. So anyway, just be encouraged. We appreciate all of you to take a little time out of your weekend and share with us what you come up with. It is a privilege for us to have that happen for us. Thank you. Why do I get choked up over things like that, Desiree? Why? Anyway.
Because we got to make people believe that.
Yeah. I think you understand it. I do.
Yeah.
I think you're kindred. So bookmark. What do you think of, can you do a card on a card with a bookmark?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything
Absolutely.
you can't do?
No, there is nothing
Not
that
with
anyone
paper.
cannot do.
That's right.
For the new people, Mom, explain the difference between a literal interpretation and the artistic inference that one could use.
Well, I can only give you a little bit of insight to a literal interpretation, which is if you looked it up on Google, that's what you would find as an answer.
Which would be a physical bookmark.
A physical bookmark. Now, the artistic interpretation, I don't know what your artistic interpretation is where it's going to take you, but it could be a picture of a bookmark, a book with a mark. It could be, oh, you know what? That makes me think of a certain kind of thing that I saw earlier today that I love. But it doesn't have to be a bookmark in a card or as your project. You can go a little bit crazy with it and a little bit creative. You can make a pocket with a bookmark that goes in it. You can have an image of a book. You could have somebody holding a book that has a tag coming out of it. There's any number of things that you can do. And that's what we love to see you come up with. It doesn't have to be crazy wild. It can be classic. It can be using any media that you like. It's all good. It's up to you. Your bookmark is your bookmark. If we can't figure out what you did, please define it in the definition when you send in the card. That's all we really ask. Did I do that okay?
That was great.
Okay. And then gray background, Yahoo. What comes to mind with your gray background? What do you like with it? 3 more colors plus Craft Roulette neutrals. And no, green is not a neutral at Craft Roulette yet. So we have black, gray, brown, cream, white, tan, metallics, just because we're nice. So those are our neutrals. I think I got them all. And 3 colors that go with gray. Well, it's going to kind of depend on what you're going to do with your bunnies, I guess. Can you do grunge bunnies? You love grunge.
Oh, anything can be grunge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can get a grunge bun. A grun bun. Yeah. Okay. So you think you'll take it that way?
No, I won't grunge a bunny. They're too cute and fluffy.
She has limits, Mom.
I don't. There's some things I won't do that too. Now, a cat, yes, absolutely, yes.
Grunge that cat, but not a bun.
Yeah.
Bunnies can be a little bit cranky, though. Does that help? Could you grunge them now, not knowing that they can be cranky?
No, they're too cute and fluffy. No, they're just.
I loved my bunnies. We had several.
Yeah.
They are adorable. They're so soft, unbelievably soft. They are so
Yes.
precious. Swag. Oh my gosh, it came up. What is swag?
Yeah, what is that?
Baby, don't hurt me. Swag
Can it be
is
anything that we define it as?
well, what comes to mind for me is like banners, pennants, or a swag bag. So
Stuff we all get.
Stuff we get. Swag could be, you could put a little bag on there with a bunny for BunCon. If it goes to BunCon and you get a swag bag, you could have that with bookmark in it for your branding right there. So I don't know. What do you got for swag, Mr. Producer? Do you have a definition? Okay, Allie's got it. A curtain or piece of fabric fastened so as to hang in a drooping curve. Okay, so that's what I was thinking, pennants. A decorative garland or chain of flowers, that could be pretty, foliage or fruit, fastened so as it hang in a drooping curve. So, oh, you know what? I'll give you a piece of information on bunnies. They love bananas. So you could have bananas hanging on a swag. Oh boy, you got a puzzled look. You're thinking hard.
No, I'm going with the bag that the swag comes in.
You could. I think it could have a lot of possibilities, and it does totally not work for my earlier thought. So this is kind of a funny combination, but we'll get it. You know we will.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have something in mind? Do you have a vision? Mm-hmm. You do? Darn it.
Yeah.
I don't, but I'm glad you do. So, a bunting. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Kelly. Kind of like a bunting. Oh, in Australia, a swag is a sleeping bag that you can carry over your shoulder. Who knew? I didn't. I love you Aussies have such interesting ways of language. I love it. It's so fun. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. You know what you're supposed to say after you hear that? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
You knew. See, there's so much to learn in this world. All right. Well, we have Fun University to tell you some outdated information. And I think I'll probably be back next Tuesday on Fun University. I may still be going through cards, though. I don't know that we'll be playing our games. But anyway, I'll probably be back Tuesday evening for Fun University, reviewing still all these beautiful cards you sent me. Let's find out what Fun University really isn't. From our infomercial, we'll be right back with some stuff ready to go. Do you find crafting hard? Are you stuck on one of those pesky parameters? Do you feel like the wheel is watching you while you craft? We have the solution for you. Hi, I'm Mary Gunfun. While I'm busy gathering my supplies, I just wanted to tell you about my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/fununiversity. We break down the parameters and talk about them at a more in-depth level. We also pick one tricky one to concentrate on and do a deep dive into it. But that's not all. We do our mail call every week on the channel as well. So if you wanted to send me a card or a package, send it to this address and I'll share it on the show. We're live almost every Tuesday night on youtube.com/fununiversity. We also do some celebration there because we will review our last week's achievement board. That's youtube.com/FUNN-University. No easy or complicated payments, no COD, just show up and have fun. If you have too much fun, please call a friend immediately and invite them over to have fun with you. Normal postage and handling rates do apply. This ad was not paid for by anybody. We hope Mary is ready because I can't stretch this out any longer. Now back to the show. I'm back on. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing, but it's okay.
Mr. Mike's way in the frame.
Well, Mr. Mike, how are you? So, all right, let's get our microphone all settled here so it's not in my way. So, do you guys all hate me because of swag? I'm sorry. I really am sorry. But I think we'll rally and we'll be better crafters for it, right?
There's lots of discussion of what swag could be in the chat right now.
Oh, that is okay. So, swag bag is still in the a bunny with an Australian swag bag. That's very cute. What else do we have? A pirate bunny with some swag. Yep. Johnny Depp pirate bunny. Now that is a stamp set I'd like to see. Oh, Sire's given up. He's saying no to the swag. Aren't you glad, Sire, that it isn't on your week? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, here's what I'm thinking. I got my dust bunnies out. I love my little dust bunnies. And I've got my gray ink out, which I re-inked this week, so it should be pretty juicy. And I'm going to have to figure out a bookmark somehow. You know, I might pull... And I've got these little guys right here. They're like little chickens, though. And then I've got my dust bunnies. So I've got my little chickens, and they look like they're on... It could be like a little swag of chickens. Because it's got this little handle that could wrap around a piece of string or something. So it may be kind of an odd little thing, but I think I'm going to roll with that. And then... I really wanted to make some books with some dust bunnies. You know, old libraries and things are always dusty. So I could put a dust bunny, pull from last week, which was the wonderful shelf there. And I could put a shelf there with some books on it, hang a little with book spines, and just have a little decorative. This is going to be one of the oddest cards, and I'm okay with that. So let's get this odd card started. All right. I had this out today, and you know, I tend to get something out and use it over and over. So, as it's still on the top of my head, I wonder, I've got this terrible feeling I'm going to forget something. Because they're not necessarily, they don't make sense together all naturally. Yay. Where is it? There it is. In the olden days of early craft roulette, I used to agonize over the parameters, and I would actually look at all the parameters and try to figure out if I could put them together. Of course, you can't because there's 1,776 combinations. But I did used to try to go, okay, so if I got this and that, how would that work? And I don't do that anymore. And so sometimes I get something like this and it's okay. We're going to be all right. And we will have some fabulous cards out of it. So what are you guys thinking for? Are you thinking the swaggy thing there or swag bag? Which one? Swagger. To conduct oneself in an arrogant or supercilious, pompous manner. Like this. Especially to walk with an air of overbearing self-confidence, boast, brag, and it's a transitive verb. Hey, I could do that. You know, you walk into the room and everybody pays attention. But it would only be because I was being goofy. I couldn't do it for real. But so swag, can you stretch swag to swagger? Can you use a part of the form of the word, Mr. Producer? What do you think? We dumped him?
I think it's up to the artist.
I think it's always up to the artist. I think we've used words as a base and changed their tense and things. I would think. With all the with over 11,000 cards, I bet it's happened. Yep. Okie doke. I'm going to go back in and add some more gray. And congratulations, Anna York, on your 30th Star Wars card. That's a quest. You guys, you have just stayed true to the Star Wars theme on her own fifth parameter, and she's a zero hero in her own right. So that's pretty exciting. So, do you have any bunnies in your that you can use on your Star Wars stamps? This could be quite a stretchy pants week for you, girl. So I'm making my background even more gray with just gray on gray. I hear that we're getting Desiree back. Drunk bunnies swaggering. Drunk bunnies. This is a family show.
Well, what I've done is I just thrown cardstock down. So there we go. Yep, that's it.
That's a good start right there.
I thought so.
Okay, let's see what these. So you think I could do a swag with little chickens? That's what I think I'm going to do. Chicken swag. It's kind of like a chicken dance, except not quite.
I think that it can be anything that we want it to be.
And I'm sorry for those who just started thinking about the chicken dance. It's Friday night. There's got to be a wedding somewhere that's going on. So are you glad that you got married before the chicken dance?
Oh, no, we had it at ours.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Oh, no, we did.
Well, I kind of lost track of time on that. 20 years. What was going on? Yeah. I guess you're right. But was it? Oh, well, whatever. We're going to do a chicken swag, and I'm coloring them in right now. So what is your plan? I see a bunny.
Well, I have a bunny. So I love this die set because you have a bunny bum.
Aw.
Yeah. Isn't it cute?
Yeah.
The tail should be white, but yeah.
Cute.
So we got a bunny bun. So what I'm thinking is it's going to sound complicated, but is to do a side fold card, but have a lip in it so that the bookmark can sit in there. And the bunny is going to looks like he's going to go into the bag and come out the other side.
Holy smokes.
It's going to be cute.
You lost me at the bunny's going in here. And he's got
bunny,
a cute bun.
He's going to look like he's going through because we've got a bunny bun. We got to have the bunny bun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Good choice. Your mind is sharp tonight.
Well, it was what I thought of. I thought of the bunny bun when I heard bunnies. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. They do have cute little bums.
They do.
Cutest little things. So do you still make 4-hour cards? You said you did last time you were on. You still doing some of those?
Yes. And it's because I just love die cutting.
Uh-huh. Yes, you do.
I really, really do. And I like the detail that it can give you.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to that. So I like to bend and twist paper.
Okay.
So I make those, again, it's a floral. So the flowers.
Right. Oh boy, haven't they been coming out with some beautiful floral dies too, with all the texture on them and everything? Woo.
Yes.
Goodness gracious.
So, and they take, I thought if I just used cardstock instead of all the details that I do, that it would go a little bit quicker. I was wrong. So, yeah, it does not speed that up. It still takes just as long.
But you use your craft time as your clear your mind time.
Yes.
So you're not in a hurry.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't like to. I can't. Not that I can't. But when it comes to certain things, like if I die cut or something like that, it's just got to take time
Mm-hmm.
To put those together.
Yeah. So you said earlier that you have a Gemini. Before the show, you said it. Do you
No,
still
I have
do
I have the
what,
Switch
I'm sorry,
Plus.
Switch Plus, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And do you still crank at all? Or
I am tonight
okay.
because I wasn't sure if I was going to use an embossing folder.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I still do. I still have my spellbinders
Mm-hmm.
because I have my glimmer system.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I'm just one, a lot of people will say, oh, well, even though with the glimmer spellbinders, it'll work in another machine. And I'm sure it will. I personally just don't like to take that chance
Yeah.
to get that to work. It just makes me a little nervous
Oh,
when it
that's
comes to
kind of
that.
contrary to crafting then.
Well, machines are expensive.
Darn right they are.
They really are. They are far from cheap. So I would rather the systems to keep working
Mm-hmm.
than for me having to buy another one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
you
I'll
kind
look at
of
it.
just keep using it until it no longer works, and they eventually don't work. So I suppose I don't know.
No, they absolutely will wear down. I mean,
Yeah.
if anyone thinks that something's gonna last forever, I mean, it also depends upon how much time,
Mm-hmm.
how much you use it. That can be a difference, or that can make a difference.
Sure.
When it comes to all of that. So, I mean, it all depends. It's like a car.
It doesn't get better in the garage, even if you don't use it.
No, you have to use it, and
Mm-hmm.
depending upon how you do, yeah, it's gonna go. But yeah, I'm not one to say, oh well, this will still work. Yeah, no. So I don't try those things. Don't like to. So I don't
You
eat
got
these
to go with,
anymore.
there's only so much time too for crafting. So when you get a new system or whatever, you've got to invest in some learning curve time too. So if you
Yes.
have what you have and it's working for you, it's not a bad thing. And then you
Mm-mm.
can adapt that to make it work even better for you. It's all good that way. Because we only have so many hours. Even if you're crafting full time, you only still have so many hours.
Yeah, I realized that you have to sleep at some point. So, because if you don't,
it's healthy. It's kind of healthy that way.
Exactly. But there are times where you don't want to sleep.
Mm-hmm. I'm a good sleeper. I love sleeping. I'm not very good at getting up anymore, but I used to be better. But nope. Oh, I got an extra little birdie. I'll have to figure out where to put. Maybe he'll be a bookmark. Stay right there, little birdie, little chicken. You may have a job. We'll see.
I think my 3 colors are going to be orange and green and pink.
I have yellow and orange, and I don't know. I was thinking green or blue. So we'll see. Time will tell on that one. Okay, so dust bunnies, are you going to be under the bookcase where there's books running off with a bookmark in your hand? I could draw a little bookmark in his hand, and he could have a little shelf of books, and he sits on top of it. This, and then you just have this little swag there. Stumped me. I've stumped myself real good. That's all right. Well, at least you got one of your wishes tonight. That's pretty exciting, right?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. We just started doing this because in roulette you bet on things, right?
Yes.
And yeah. So we just started doing this. I kind of like seeing what people like. Because not only do we learn now what you don't like with a veto, robots, namely robots.
Yeah, I'm not big on those robots. Just not.
They're kind of an interesting little thing, but you can make them any color you want. There's so many pluses with the robot. You can make it have any personality that you want. You can make it as big or as little. I don't think I'm going to win you over, so I won't waste my time or yours. But we'll just keep rolling. I do have some questions from our patrons.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Kathy Morris, who made a beautiful card this week, and it was floral, and you would probably really like it. It had tons of dyes, and it was very soft. It wasn't purple enough, but it was very soft peach colors, and it really was gorgeous. Anyway, she asks, Desiree, other than paper crafting and Zentangle, what have been some other crafts you enjoyed over the years? And you have a great long list of these, as I recall.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You name the craft and I've tried it. I still crochet. I still knit. Now the only thing that I knit now are socks. My sister loves them, so I try to make her a set every year for Christmas. I cross stitch.
That's hard. Knitting's hard. Do you do it without crying?
Oh no, that's easy. You just taking the little tiny threads and you're intertwining them. No, that's good.
No, it's not easy. It's hard.
It is. Sorry. It really is.
It would be hard for me. We had a book, and my daughters and I still talk about it. It was called Knitting Without Tears, but it never worked for us. It was just like, you're lying. Knitting without tears is not a thing.
Now.
Yeah, maybe someday. But I'm impressed that you can knit. And you,
I do. I used to make
your mom and everything, right?
Yes. My mom was a big knitter. My sister will only cross stitch. Okay. I've tried to get her into, nope, she will not go off of cross stitch. But I also still cross stitch as well. Mm-hmm. I enjoy my coloring books.
Okay.
I still color in those once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's just a few of them. I'm into jewelry making. So.
I used to make jewelry.
Very much into that.
It was fun. Did you do casting or when you did jewelry making or beading? Okay. Not the metals.
No.
Metals are tricky. You have to have a studio to work in. Unless you want to buy a lot of product for casting and whatnot. But I still have some pieces that I I going to have to burden my children with them. Or I can do them a favor and not tell them what it is, and then when they see it, they go, "This is not very pretty. Let's get rid of it."
Oh, hi.
And then they won't have to worry. They're going to have enough cards to go through, not to go through old jewelry that I made from me many years ago. Yeah, you're just a crafter's crafter.
I'll try anything once. Mm-hmm. But I try not to now because usually then I get really involved in it and it's not good.
And you were a quilter and even had a quilt shop, right?
Yes, I did. I used to design and sell quilts, and I also designed and sold purses and handbags.
That's pretty good. And you could quilt without crying too, right? See, that would be something else that would make me cry.
Well, see, I don't like to say that I quilt. I sewed. So okay. I loved doing the shell part of it, to sew all the little tiny squares, or I was really big into paper piecing quilt. quilts.
Oh.
So I would do the top, and then I would give it to somebody else to do the quilting on top of it.
You didn't do the long. You never did the long arm or anything.
No,
Yeah.
never did the long arm.
Or had a quilting club where you all got together, stretched the quilt out, and hand sewed it. Oh gosh.
No.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
No,
I
tried.
That's a ton of effort.
It really is. And while I had the patience to do all of that stuff, I did not have the patience to do the quilting.
Well,
I'm like, no, this is not going to work for me.
work toward your strengths. It's not a bad thing.
I'm like,
at all.
okay.
That's to me. And do what you enjoy.
Exactly. And a friend of mine very much enjoyed the quilting part. So
you did her a favor.
Yes, exactly. So what she enjoyed.
That's a good friend. Speaking of friends, let's talk about Biddy Penny. You and she have developed quite a friendship.
Absolutely. Yes, we have.
I think that is so special.
Very much so.
I think that's just lovely.
I check in on her. She checks in on me.
Lady.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she is.
I think that
is one thing that is wonderful when it comes to this community. The people that you learn in it. I have so many good friends that I talk to. We talk about different things, and Sue's one of them. She's out there. Gwen's another one. She's out there. I mean, these are people that, we communicate. We have friendships outside of it. And I just think it's wonderful.
Outside of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. You actually know what's going on with them, not just what they're working on.
Exactly. I mean, we know what their lives are doing, the rest of their families. It's just wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
They keep up with. Do they send Max birthday cards?
No.
No. Okay, I was trying to test the extent.
No, I'm surprised.
But you got Max as a rescue kitty, so you probably adopted a little Max, the kitty. So you probably don't know his birthday per se, right?
No, actually, I do have his birthday written down. I believe it is July 20th.
Oh, okay.
That's his birthday, I believe.
We just kind of counted backwards on Kerwin. We found out he was about 7 weeks old, and so we just counted back and made it Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Max gets celebrated every day. So
I don't doubt it, actually.
Yes, he makes sure of that. Yeah.
No need for birthdays when you're Max.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
He's just precious that way.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I think you were a crafter's crafter. And is there any craft that comes to mind? How about tatting? Have you ever tried tatting?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's wisdom. That's not. That's not.
I do spin.
I did 2 different colors. You do spin? Do you have a wheel?
I do have a spinning wheel.
Holy smokes!
And I do weave.
Wow.
Yeah. And I actually.
Cool. And you have a loom too?
That was not a huge loom, like the size of a room type thing.
Right.
This was a tabletop, a heddle loom. So it could go up
familiar, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's it'll sit on your table. So it's not like you're sitting at it and weaving that loom. You're actually you can clamp it onto your table and then you can shoot the shuttle back and forth on it. So it's only going to get as big as 36 inches wide.
That's probably pretty peaceful too, isn't it?
It is very much so. But I found that I just didn't have the time. I had to choose.
Yeah.
You just have to choose sometimes.
Right.
And it's
Pottery?
like, okay.
Have you ever tried pottery?
I actually owned a ceramic shop with my parents
Holy smokes.
at one point. Yeah, we were all certified instructors for Duncan Ceramics.
So do you wake up in the morning and just and go, what craft am I going to do today? Or how do you decide? Do you have to keep something out to keep it in front of your face so that you remember you do it? Or because that's what I kind of have to do. But,
I've tried everything and I love paper. So I kind of stick with that. If I'm cross stitching or knitting, or maybe doing something with crochet, it's because I can't be in this room.
Okay.
Because there's times where you can just burn out.
And we talked about that last time.
Yeah.
That you had a little spell and that you had to just take a little time off.
I did. And it wasn't as bad going into 2023.
Good.
But yeah, I had a nice break, and then it's just tough to, okay, now I got to get back into the swing again. Now I have these and I know I have this, and that. But I finally got back into it, so.
Way to go. We're glad for it.
Well, I was a little nervous. I'm like, okay, we can't go through this again. We just cannot go through this again.
Yeah. Well, you're busy because you have a job too. So it's not like you're sitting in there and all day long just twiddling your thumbs going, oh, now what to do? Should I spin a wheel and choose something?
Yeah,
you got to make some ideas happen. Yeah. So were the construction guys going to watch you tonight, or did you tell them?
Oh, no, I always tell them. I'm sure there's someone in here that when I go in on Monday, they're like, we saw you. I'm like, okay, I saw.
Well, I'm sure it's all in good spirit there.
Yeah, they're a good bunch of gods.
Yeah. Good. Well, that's good. I always learn. You're such an interesting person. It's always fun to. You're just full of new stuff for me to learn about and pick your brain about. So now I know if I have any questions on any kind of crafting, basically, I can ask you. It's
yeah,
good.
just give me a call.
Yep. Yeah, just a reference right there in Pennsylvania. That's you could, you remember that, what was that movie? And Katharine Hepburn was like a librarian of all the things of knowledge, and Spencer Tracy, and she was being replaced by a computer. Anyway, you could do that with crafts. You could be the Katharine Hepburn, all things knowledge about crafts, and until somebody tries to take you over with a computer.
Right.
An AI. You could be the modern version of that. By the way, your headshot does it because it's black and white and it's really good quality and you have this gentle smile. It always reminds me of a 1940s, not because you look old, but it reminds me of a 1940s.
Well, I am old, so I'm good with that.
A 1940s movie star. So there you go.
That picture was taken, that picture that I have up there, that was actually taken about just under 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, those were the headshots that I was using back with the quilting business.
Well, it sure is a pretty picture. Well, and you do. You look like a 1940s movie star.
And my husband, when he looks at that, he laughs.
Really?
He laughs. He goes, "Hon, you look so nice and angelic here." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And then he walks away. I'm like, "Oh my God." He's all mine. He's precious.
We get what we get.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they do too.
And he's the only one that could put up with me.
There you go.
Yes.
They do too. So, okay, so Gwen Simmons asks, Desiree, your last Sunday Zen Tangle YouTube video was 2 months ago. Uh-oh, she's going to call you on the carpet here.
She
Are
is,
you
and she's doing it right on air. Thank you, Gwen. Oh, I love her. Oh, she's my favorite. Yeah, okay.
Are you planning to continue this series?
Yes. Yes, I am. Yes.
Yay.
Had to get back into the swing of things. And then I also have a group for that, and there's a project that I'm putting together for them. So I kind of got really wrapped up in that. Because it's going to be a long one. It's going to take a while for it. So, but I almost have it done. And yes, Sunday's Tangles will come back. Absolutely.
Sunday's Tangles. Is that on your... Now, do you have multiple YouTube channels, or do you just have multiple playlists on a YouTube channel?
I have multiple playlists on one channel. I did consider...
What I was hoping.
Yeah. I was going to...
easier that way.
Yeah, I couldn't. There was no way I was going to try to manage 2 channels.
Well, I have 2, and it's not always easy, but it's kind of like I've got a play channel, and then I have this channel. So the Fun University channel, I can just do whatever I want, and then this one has to stay within the parameters, and that's okay. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah, there was just no way.
My little book's coming on there. Well, she will be glad to hear that, because she says it's relaxing and inspiring. And she also, she also misses your Simplicity series. Tell us about that.
So yes, Gwen, that's coming back too. Ooh, do I have to I am her after this? Oh my goodness. No, I'm only kidding. So the Simplicity series is something that I had started back in the beginning of my channel, actually, and it just uses pattern paper. Get your card bases, and then you just take your pattern paper and you cut it into any size that you want, whether it's the full-size card or whether it's a smaller rectangle or square, whatever you want to do. And then you just put your cards together so you can create sets and all of that. But it's just using pattern paper. Pattern paper can do all the work for you when it comes to your cards. But I don't measure. That kind of stresses people out.
It does, doesn't it?
There are some people.
They want to hold on to that tape measure so tightly.
They're like, I want to know what size it is. I'm like, I didn't measure. Sorry. There's no measuring that comes from me. Sorry. But yeah. I forgot to cut another foot. Oh, I'll have to cut another one. So yeah, it just looks at those. It just looks at that concept of taking your paper pads, breaking them down, and all that, and just have fun with it. Don't think about it. Just have fun putting all the things together and enjoy.
Kind of like what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Going for it, except I shouldn't have done those in gray. I should have done them in black. I may have to do them again.
And I get it. I understand people, I have to have the measurements. Okay, create your own measurements for it. It's that simple. It's absolutely that simple.
So when you're eyeballing measurements, do you think in thirds, fourths, or do you see can you imagine inches? And so you think in inches?
Inches. I can see a quarter of an inch. When I'm cutting, I can tell. When I'm cutting the piece, I can see the quarter inches or down to the quarters. If I'm cutting off a slice, I can see a quarter, 3/8, a half.
Oh, you can even see 3/8. Wow.
I can just eyeball that size. But I also think that comes from my my quilting days.
Couldn't hurt.
When it came from all of that. So
that makes sense. Because those are things you would get an eye for. Absolutely. Okay, we're gonna add another bunny. I did the same coloring technique last week. See what I mean? I just get in a groove. And
well, I do that too. When there's scraps of paper on my desk, I'll sit there and I'll use them up in the next projects.
Isn't that the most fun?
It is. And then when I look back and watch them, I laugh.
that.
I'm like, wow, that car used teal 3 times. Okay.
But it's so fun not to clean, but just create.
Yep.
It's just so much fun. I love it. It's one of my favorite activities. It's not, yeah. And you're going to see the same things because you just used them.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't like that yellow one there. Well, Gwen, are you happy? I bet she is. She's got some plans to make now. So she can do some Zentangle with you.
And
For people that don't know what Zentangle is, could you describe it to them? Or do you have a sample that you could pop under the camera real fast?
Actually.
Because it is a specific thing. It is a specific discipline, so to speak, or art form.
It is. So Zentangle, this is what it looks like.
Oh, wow.
These are just some of the things that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So Zentangle, a lot of people, when they look at it, they say, okay, I can't do that. Well, okay. Yes, you can. And I threw my bunny foot away. Where did I put my bunny foot?
Oh, no.
I know. And now I've lost all of my things here. I found my bunny foot.
Okay. He hopped back.
So Zentangle is lines. It's a method of art that is relaxing, meditative. Mm-hmm. It does not require any artistic ability. A lot of people say, well, I can't do that because I don't know how. Well, let's give it a try first and let's see what's going on. These designs are built using basic strokes, basic elemental strokes. Mm-hmm. And what that means is if you can draw an I, an O, an S, or an S curve, an AC curve, then you can Zentangle.
Doesn't sound too hard.
It's not.
But that looks very complicated.
It does, but it's just simple lines. It's those elemental lines that you build upon each other when it comes to that.
Just like a symphony is built on a few notes.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's this same principle as well. I actually became a certified teacher for Zentangle back in 21.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
I was bored.
Is that a Zentangler or a Zentanglist?
I don't know. We're called CZTs, which are certified Zentangle teachers. I've never heard those two words before.
Well,
that's kind of cool.
Zentangler.
I guess you get to make it up.
Yeah.
So would you rather be a Zentanglist or a Zentangler?
I just want to tangle. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Takes 2 to tangle?
Yes. Yes, it does.
These are all YouTube channel names.
I know. Oh my goodness. There are many CZTs out there.
Uh-huh.
And it's wonderful to meet some of them and to see how they've taken the people that created this, Rick and Martha. They are just absolutely wonderful people. Mm-hmm. And it's funny when you take the class to be certified to teach this, the one thing they say is, we cannot guarantee you a business, but we will help you create it. Okay. When it comes to this. Mm-hmm. And they do. They absolutely do. So it's just a lot of fun. It's all out there.
And
So
I
usually
asked you
did that.
last time if you carry art supplies, that would be something that you could carry pretty easily, right?
For that, oh, absolutely.
Zentangle supplies. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they can get in a pouch that's, just about this big. Your tiles are this is something that I die cut after I
Mm-hmm.
did it. But the tiles are only 3.5 by 3.5.
Very doable.
And it's just a simple archival pen
Mm-hmm.
that you have. It's also a small pencil, graphite.
Okay.
And
If
that's
you
it.
mess up, is it a Zen mangle?
Okay, Mr. Producer, you're having way too much fun with this. Wow. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. Any more?
Once he starts, it's hard to
I
turn him
know.
off.
He's just not going to stop. I know. But that's okay. That's the fun of it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's goofy. He's a very funny guy, actually. So, yeah, he's very clever. My bunny has a bookmark. My bunny is at a library.
Well, it doesn't look like I'm getting much done, but I really am.
A lovely swag happening.
Okay, I like the swag.
Look at
Okay,
that.
they're cute.
Your bunnies are looking good.
Well, I'm getting there.
You are getting there. I can
taking
see
me
his
forever.
little hiney, and it's awful cute.
I know the bum. I love the bum. Love the bum.
Well, Cheryl Jackson asks, and hopefully you won't get in trouble, but she says, Desiree, what is the one? I love how they start all your questions with your name. What is the one tool you cannot craft without? And what is the one technique you prefer over all others? I remember what you said you liked best.
Ink smushing.
That was it.
Yeah. My technique is ink smushing. Absolutely. Even though I love my die cutting, but I love my ink smushing. Absolutely. Absolutely my favorite.
And so you were saying that was like a brain disconnect too, that you could solve problems while you were ink smushing.
Yes.
So, yeah, it is kind of a... Do you do the same color over and over, or do you introduce...
No, I'll put multiple colors in there, or maybe I'll do a single color. It all depends on what I'm looking to do with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a way to get a beautiful card in no time, because no two cards will ever look the same.
Never. And do you do like silhouette stuff on top of it, or what's your favorite thing to do?
I like to do, believe it or not, imagine this, a floral image.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Amazing, right? Surprise. Surprise.
Ooh, I had no idea.
Oh, I know. I do. I tend to do that for people. I surprise them. But yeah, I just like to do the embossing, whether it's a solid image or whether it's the outline of that image. Yeah.
Yeah. It is pretty. And do you usually ink smush with Distress oxides, or what's your favorite go-to ink?
Distress anything.
Because you are a grunge queen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, you are a grunge queen, and you like it, and vintage too.
Yes. I do love a good vintage stamp, journal, anything like that.
How about handkerchiefs? Do you ever find old handkerchiefs, vintage handkerchiefs, and try to reproduce them, or use their patterns and colors? Have you ever done that? Because I think they're so charming.
I actually have my grandmother's old handkerchiefs. My mom had given them to me. I do not have the heart to put them in my journals yet.
Oh, no, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. I know people do, but it kind of makes me get a little just a little uncomfortable.
There's some things that now if I have the journal for myself, yeah, I would not have a problem doing that because I know it would stay with me.
Right.
Can't find the black pen. But yeah, I just have them in a basket, and they're just sitting in my room, and I look at them every once in a while. And I also have her old thimbles. She's the one that got me into crafts.
Aww.
Truly. While I did it with my mom and my sister, she was the one that actually got me sewing when I was really young.
Yeah, my grandmother's old treadle machine, her old Singer. And I don't think anybody else, well, hello, card. I don't think anybody else in my family appreciates it. But it's just like, no, it's staying here because I used to use it until the leather belt broke, and I don't know where in the world to get a new leather belt because it was a great machine. And it made buttonholes like you could not believe because you could go real slow because you did your feet. It was awesome.
Yep.
How are my buns doing? My little buns.
The buns. Now I gotta go to my white pom-pom.
I think they're gonna be. I actually like this little funny card. It makes no sense. Why would bunnies be with a bookcase and have swag of chickens dusters? But you don't have to make sense when it's art, right?
Absolutely. The swag chickens are awesome.
I wish I had some of Amanda's lights. They'd be really cute lit up. I think these guys need to be split it up here. Put him over here. Looking for a little balance. I think they're all too crowded over there. They look a little weird there. Maybe I need a third bunny. Mike, let's see. What are my colors? I've got the gray background down. I've got yellow, orange, and blue. So I've got my 3 colors. I can't make a different color bunny. I could make a yellow bunny. It wouldn't hurt to make one now, would it? Because it's paper, right?
If the brown's a neutral color, correct?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh, thank God.
Yep. Not green.
Okay.
Not green. But yes, brown's good to go. So, yep, I'm going to add one more bunny in here. And I may not keep it in there, but... Or I could make a little chicken in there without the handle. Okay, we've got some paper options going on here.
Okay.
Paper options. This little bunny is kind of big. This little bunny. I feel like I'm doing like the 3 little pigs. And this little bunny went wee, 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 wee all the way home. But that looks a little junky, I think. Too many bunnies. So we'll make a little chicken. Come here, darling. Oops, wrong one. Have you started working on your mechanics for your card there? Because I'm puzzled by that one still.
I'm getting there.
Okay, I'm not meaning to rush you.
I'm trying to find and I can't see. All right, here we go. Can't find my marker.
That little guy is looking mighty cute with his big tooth.
There's that one.
We'll just put one of these little chickens in front. With the buns. Could be an Easter card. With the buns and the chickens and the books. Nothing says Easter card like a shelf full of books. So I didn't make any. No, I did make cards this week. I made a lot of cards this week. I was thinking I hadn't done a thing, but no, I made a bunch. So they just kind of all. Do you keep a lot of your cards and have to store them? I know what we were going to talk about. We were going to talk about your big plan on on redoing your room and how that worked out.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I know I've said this, I put this out there and because I kind of slowed down for a little bit. So, purging of your craft rooms, the do's and don'ts. Yeah.
Ba, ba, ba.
The don't that we do, or the don't that we don't do, do it in pieces. Do not do it all at once. Like I did. I was kind of in that situation though, where I had to do it that way because of the furniture that I was taking from my husband, the basement.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. He wanted new furniture. I said, fine, I'm taking this. And the timing at which we could get people, because this furniture is solid. It's the old style tongue and groove type of wood furniture. So it's perfect for stamps and dies. Yeah, it's absolutely perfect for that. So it took me about 3 weeks to get everything out and boxed. And then, yeah, there was an obsession going on in this room. Wow, amazing, absolutely amazing. And then I thought, because I had everything planned out in my head, we moved the furniture. The room was completely gutted on a Saturday morning. I mean, everything was out at that point. The furniture came in that Saturday morning, and I figured, okay, Saturday, Sunday, and I took off work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thought I would have it all back together. Nope. 2.5 months later.
Oh. You were the little old ant that thought he had high hopes.
It was just amazing. It actually was extremely overwhelming doing all of that and the way that it was done. So because you're just seeing everything all at once. It's all there. You're looking at the boxes. I mean, I filled my dining room. I half filled my living room. I filled a spare bedroom and half filled our bedroom. It was amazing.
Did you find all sorts of things because you had all these different crafts, or was this just primarily paper crafts?
This was mixed media and paper.
Okay.
Yeah, this was, and the junk journals. So those 3 things that are always in my office, my working area. Those are the 3 concepts. But yeah, it was, wow. So I know Biddy and I have been talking about purging, and I very quickly told her, do not do it all at once. Do it in stages. So if you're looking to, redo your room or just, go through things that you want to refresh your mind on what's there and not.
Right, because there'd be different reasons to purge. There could be a reason to try to find things or rediscover something that you loved in the past, or
exactly.
Or just to clean out, to share with others. There's a lot of reasons to purge. When you do it all at once, to me, that sounds like a stress purge. It's just like, I've got something going on in my life right now. I can't deal with it. I got to do something crazy, like take everything out of my craft room.
Right.
And that would be something I would do. But because I did that in my kitchen one time when my mother was having surgery, and then my dad called and said she's doing great, and I lost all my interest in putting everything back. It was just immediate, and so that was a complete stress clean out, and but it just is something about it. Cleaning out, it just feels good, right? Oh, I see.
Let me tell you what, it's an awesome, it feels so good as you're doing that. It really does. It's very freeing.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely freeing. But it's just a lot. If you do it in sections, it's less intimidating.
Right. That makes sense. Like do all the paper or something, right? Is that what you're saying, in sections?
Exactly. So like do all your stamps. Do then all the dies if they're not already in there. Then go through your papers, go through your embellishments. I realized that every sequin that I owned was merging in my room. I've never seen so many sequins. I don't know where they all come from. I believe they all congregate together and said, okay, we're going to make more. Just wow. Absolutely wow when it came to that.
So when you say a lot of sequins, what does that quantify to? Is that like hundreds of packages or tens of 20?
I could fill
you
up
think?
a 1-gallon bag.
That's a lot. Yeah, I don't know how
Yeah.
many that would be.
Yeah. And it's because I found them in the closet that I have in my room, and I have no idea where they all came from because I don't remember them.
That's funny.
It was just, it's just
a
a
lost
lot of
treasure.
obsession. There was a lot of obsession going on there. Lots.
You probably just forgot and just kept seeing something cute and going for it, right?
Well, and that's exactly it. That's exactly what was going on. And what I found, if I couldn't find something, I would repurchase it.
I have heard that.
Yep.
And it's a great way to find it is when you buy
it. Yes. Yep, absolutely. So now I know I don't need any more glue.
Oh, you're covered on glue?
Covered on glue. I am so covered on glue. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. And all types. Yep. I am so good on glue. It's amazing.
Some foam squares. You good on foam squares?
I'm good on foam squares. Oh yes. Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. The one thing that I was really happy about though was one of the things that I love is I get this tape from Uline.
Oh, okay.
And it's wonderful. It's a very strong, it's not a forgiving tape at all. It's just the moment it touches paper, it's just there. But I found a whole roll of that. I'm like, oh, this is exciting. So yeah, it was the little things that were just making me happy.
Isn't that funny?
When it came into that. So yeah.
Yeah, you just find something. When we moved to the lake, I couldn't find my my Tupperware lettuce keeper, and I was like, where is it? I looked for months, and I did find it, and I was so happy to find my Tupperware lettuce keeper. Who knew that it would bring me such joy? But so I totally
the little
get
things.
It is.
It is. It's the little things.
It's the little things like sentiments. I don't have one for this. We talked about this last time. I don't think I'm going to have one. Yeah.
Every card does not need a sentiment.
What are you going to new on this? It was just like, what is the sentiment for a bunny and chicken card with books and a chicken swag? I don't think there is one. Now this card could go to a certain person, I'm sure. Maybe just happy to see you, happy to dust you. Okay, so the ones here are dust for you. That doesn't really work. I guess it could, since they're dust bunnies. Because is always good. Michelle, book is a wonderful sentiment. Why don't I have a stamp that says book? Room to hoard. That's a pretty good one. Lindsay is very clever. Just chicken in. Oh, now that's pretty good, Rosie. I like it. You know, that might be a really good one. Spring cleaning. Hoppy, you're my friend. Oh, yeah, there are lots. You're doing... Yeah, there you go, Ellen. That was the one I was looking for. You are a wonderful person. My go-to. Celebrate. That would be good, too. Fiction addiction. I like it. I'd rather be reading. That's a real good one, too, Patty. My weekend is booked. Okay, I'm going to have to revisit these, and I may just end up writing it, but I don't feel comfortable writing it right now. It looks like a Bunny Fans promo card. Yeah. Books and bunnies, what's better? Books, bunnies, and chickens.
I'm as confused as you are.
I'm as confused as you are. That one may be the winner. That's Mr. Producer. I'm as confused as you are. Choose whimsy. In this life of nonfiction, choose fiction. Choose whimsy. Way to use those stretchy pants. That's right. Michelle is wearing some good stretchy pants. Oh no. Yes, you must make something, Michelle. We always love to see your things. That's good. Oh, there goes the bunny bum.
Yep, there's the bum.
Oh,
I love that bum.
it's such a good bum. Okay, so if I'm confused. You confused? Dust it off. Let's meet somewhere quiet and dusty. Stamp sets I've never seen. Maybe just hello.
Remember, it doesn't always need a sentiment.
This card doesn't need a sentiment. It needs an explanation. So I think and on that, I don't know what the explanation is.
A glossary and a key.
A complete definition. Maybe those drugs aren't out of my system yet. Dustin. I still have another week before I'm fully recovered. So I'm milking it, man, for every moment. I have one more question for you on that note. Grandma Gay has her thoughtful question of the day. And I think you like thoughtful things, so I think you'll enjoy this. While visiting a formal garden display, you notice beyond the fence the wild forest next to a meadow of wildflowers. Which has the greatest pull for your attention? Formal or wild beauty?
Wild beauty.
Wild beauty is hard to beat, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Big. It's just like a big spray of a beautiful bouquet in the field.
It's the unexpected.
Like this card.
Yes. You know, here I am. I'm having my bunny go through the card to land on my bookmark.
Magically twisting orientation from the back to the front.
He just twisted right through and just landed on that bookmark, which can be pulled out and used for your book. Though. And I turned my card into a book. So,
Oh, my stars. That is very good. I wondered why you were making it thick. It was because it's a
exactly.
how
But the
smart
bunny's
you
got to
are.
go through the card to get to the bookmark.
It's kind of like Alice in Wonderland, Bunny and Wonder Book.
You definitely went through the rabbit hole. Yep. Just came right through. How you doing back there, Mr. Producer? You having fun?
The Mad Hatter is after him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I've been
my
here
gosh.
before. I'm not scared.
Oh, my lands. So did you get swag in there too?
The swag is the bag. There's actually presents
that's
in
right,
that swag bag.
That's right. It was
That is
so
a
long ago that we
swag
talked about that. I
bag.
forgot. That is a
Yep.
swag bag, a bun swag bag. I love it. So I'm
Yep.
gonna figure
It kind of looks like a bunny like digging through it to get something too.
it does. He's like,
Here you
where
go.
is that?
But here
Where
he
was-
comes
where
through the
was
card
gum?
to get on to the bookmark.
That's really
Yeah.
cute.
There's a
Very
process.
fun
There's a story
concept.
for my book.
What a
Yes.
concept. These are concept pieces. They're art for visual enjoyment and or emotional powerfulness or whatever it was. What was that definition? I'm not sure. Did we fit that definition this time? Emotional power, something appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. So, well, I think it's kind of pretty. So I'm going with it. Oh, I need to make his tail white. That's what I got the white pen out for in the first place, and then I used it all over the place. But there,
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
I'm think I'm just gonna let it just like that.
just let it be. Be like
I
the
just
Beatles
think,
and
you
let
know,
it
it's
be.
a bunny's bum. What else do I need on the front of my card?
Not much, if
I- yeah.
anything. It is the inquisitive bunny that makes you open the book. It is it's a provocative bunny bum. So yeah,
I
I
know.
think that's a really cool. Did you just make up that design? Because it's really very cool.
No, it's actually it's Elizabeth's Craft Designs.
Mhm.
They
But
show it
your
both
book,
ways.
Your book.
Oh, that yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a real
that I
neat
do.
little trick. I like it very much. I do. Okay, so for the parameters, I have a bookmark. My bunny is holding a bookmark. Yeah, it was a bit of a cop-out. It's okay. A gray background. You can see it. +3 yellow, blue, and orange. I love that combination. Which was also the gray background +3 was one of your wish list wannabes. And I have my bunnies, my little dust bunnies and their friends. And then my swag are these little duster chickens up there just hanging out in a kind of a swaggy way. Swaggy way sounds like a street. Now, let's hear about your book card, which is so cool. Make sure that you have all the parameters checked.
Okay, so where's my list? Okay, so the project was a bookmark. So it's a
Yes.
book that has the bookmark inside.
Mhm.
And then the gray background, and I should have embossed it, +3. So that's pink, green, and orange.
Yeah,
Got my orange in there.
orange.
Got to
There you
think I get the orange. So bunny or bunnies, I went with 2.
Mhm.
So again, this bunny's going through the card to land on my bookmark.
I love it.
Yep. And then swag. This is a swag bag.
And
There's
I like that
presents in there.
we use the different ways to interpret swag. So it's very
Although something has
yeah.
to go on here, so
yeah.
I'll probably the picture will be different when I put it up.
Right. Right. Exactly. That happens. That often happens with mine. Yeah, we've got a little time frame here that we don't want to. We can sleep on it and then add something to it tomorrow. Like,
Exactly.
what's going on here? I have to listen to the thing and read all this comments again so I can figure out something to put on there if I do.
And there's already 6 cards submitted. So
No kidding.
yeah.
Man, somebody had no trouble with bookmark gray background +3 bunny or bunnies and swag. That'll be fun to see what they came up with so fast. Well, you know what? I've got a little bit of business to take care of here, and you can switch your camera. and relax and check on Max, and we will be back with you in just a few minutes to close out the show. Well done, well done, Miss Desiree.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Yep. You're going to want to play along. We've got 6 cards already, so it's very doable. You can just send in a card. It's all done electronically on our craftroulette.live. There's a submission form. Just follow all the steps. Make sure you don't miss a single one or it won't work. And wait and watch for the confetti to show up. That will way you know that you got it done. You want to include bookmark, gray background +3, bunny or bunnies, and swag, plus other things that you want. You can make a book card. Look, so much fun. You can make a card that doesn't make any sense, but is still adorable. You just have to include those 4 parameters. Use your own interpretation, and we look forward to seeing what you make. We have some great guests coming up. We've got Caitlin Anthony next week. You know, she does some great reels and some great coloring. She's a very talented young lady. Sire Anderson, one of our very own, will be joining us after that. Heather Telford will be joining us from her Canadian perch. And she had a little issue too, and I'm going to have to put it in the Facebook group. Her YouTube channel went down, and I can't remember why. So she's rebuilding her YouTube channel. So I will try to remember to put her information up so you can go ahead and subscribe and build her numbers. Then we also have another one of our own, Sarah Liz Star-Oska. I'll get it someday. We look forward to welcoming her to the show, and then we get to meet Gina Kay. Remember, that is a special show. You know, Gina, you got to do a few extras for her sometime, and we don't mind. She's going to be on Thursday instead of Friday. There will not be a Friday show that night, that week, that month. No, that month it will all be Friday except for that. Anyway, it's going to be a great lineup. We've got more coming after that. You know, we are about in March. We will be having our 3rd anniversary. Amazing. We look forward to celebrating that night with Crafty Owl. We do want to thank our patrons. You guys really do help us with our bottom line. I will be doing our taxes here this month and next month. So I'll be doing all of those itemizations to find out how bad it was this year, how far down the rabbit hole we went. But we know, because of your generosity and your kindness and your faithful giving, we haven't gotten as bad as we have the first 2 years. So thank you so much. We do like to give you lots of extra content. Be thinking about an all patron call second Saturday in February. Do look for your little, oh my gosh, did you like my kissy face on Fun University this week? If you like those kissy faces, you patrons are going to like what you see tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll do it tonight. Tomorrow for a color sheet and some cards that I made for Valentine's. It's going to be fun, y'all. Yep. Oh, there's that confetti. That's the stuff that you're going to look for when you send in your card. And can we beat 165 this week? Sure we can, but we got to have you do it. Now, if you do send in a card this week, your name next week will be on that board. We have 165 names on that board right now, I suppose. And those are the people that we're going to be giving prizes away to. So without further ado, let's give somebody something. I did just send those out this week, by the way, a couple weeks worth, and I'm back to normal. A handmade card with an itty bitty gift. Who's going to get it? This is international. Oh, Desiree, we're glad to have you. I see you in the chat. Paula R. Okay, Paula R., what I need to have you do is contact me using the claim prize form on craftroulette.live by Sunday night at midnight. If you are a patron, any patron that gets a prize, they have till Thursday night at midnight, so it's also another patron perk. How about a goodie bag? These cannot ship internationally, but we have plenty of folks right here domestically. If we do get an international person on something like this, I'd go ahead and claim the prize and just tell me what's going on, and I'll send you a card with an itty-bitty gift. Don't have to worry about it because Susan got it. Susan has sent so many nice cards to me personally, And she's very, very talented. Make sure you let me know that you want that goodie bag, Susan. I'd be thrilled to send it to you. And the goodie bags this month have an extra stamp and die from Chelsea Comer from Inky Stamper. I can't talk tonight. That's okay. For a creative scrapbooker magazine. They are great to work with, by the way. I thank them so much for being a great spin sponsor. If you are a company and you're interested in being a spin sponsor, go to craftroulette.live and check it out. Jill McLaird. Very fun. Jill, last week when I sent the information to Lisa Welpley, she said she was just starting to scrapbook again, and she was excited to get that Scrapbooker magazine subscription. So I hope that's something that you want too, Jill. Let me know. Inky Stamper. I so appreciated your all your comments in the Facebook group, which is private, but you can still be a part of it. Just answer those 2 questions. I decline you if you don't. And oh, Bonnie is a mug clubber, and I need to get her. I don't know if I can get Swalkowitz on a mug, but it's a problem. But we'll figure it out. Bonnie, you can let me know if you have a nickname. Maybe that would be better. Let me know that you want that gift certificate to Inky Stamper. And I apologize for getting that out late. Darn it, I hate that kind of thing. But I got it out to you this week. Somebody asked about it, and I forgot. Is that fog? This gray hair fog. Okay, last but not least, Possum Stamps is going to Pam F. So I need to have you contact me to make sure that you want to have that and give me your information that we need to have to send you your gift certificate. We thank you so much, spin sponsors, for making our month really fun. And Possum Stamps are going to be seeing more about your products next week when Caitlin Anthony joins us on the show. It's fun, guys. This is just too darn good much fun. I was wondering if you could have a phonometer, and if you have one end on the fun, it's just sort of fun, and if you go to 2, and then if it goes off the scale, you're really having a good time with a phonometer. Anyway, that's me. So thank you. You have till midnight on Sunday to claim those prizes, till Thursday at midnight if you're a patron.
Max, are you ready to come back on?
This is a chill cat, let me tell you. There he is, Max the Furbot. Hi, buddy. Hi. Oh, he's kneading. How are you, bud? Did you have a good nap? Yes. Would you like a cookie? You know, I say to our dogs, would you like a cookie? And the cat, when I go upstairs, he's sitting right by the cookie cabinet. And he's just sitting there waiting for his cookie. So he's just a dog. So Max, do you get cookies?
He gets spoiled. Yes.
Doesn't look like he gets spoiled.
No, not at all.
He's a handsome dude. He's so big.
He is big. Yes. I don't know why. You know, everybody else that has a cat, they're a nice size. They're a normal size. No. I've got to have a big one.
That's okay. Ours is about 9 pounds. So he's just kind of a scrawny little guy, but he's going to be 3 and he's still filling out. So, yeah. But I don't think he's 20. I don't think he's got a chance to be 20, and that's okay.
Yeah, this one's 20 pounds.
That's a lot of cat.
Yeah.
But it looks like you handle him just fine, or he handles you just fine.
Pretty much.
Does he still sleep on your pillow?
Yes. Yes. Yes, he does.
Well, you better have a big bed if you have that big. He's so sweet. Oh, what a good boy. Oh, yeah, I like you, Max. You can come visit me anytime, but you probably wouldn't like it with the dogs and Kerwin.
No.
No, you got it made there, don't you, buddy? Yeah. Well, did you have a good night? What do you think? That was a kind of odd. That swag kind of threw me, but I think.
Yeah, the swag kind of threw me too. But
more sense. Yeah, maybe I should put a swag bag behind the bunnies for a book bag or something.
I just have to do a design on that bag. It's too plain. got to put something in
Right.
there.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I know you'll come up with something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something
But thank you so much for
be a
having me
little
back.
grungy.
I had an
Oh,
awesome
gosh.
time.
It was our pleasure. It was our pleasure. We enjoyed having you and Max. Good guy. All right. Well, let's kiss our brains, say goodnight, and call it a day, shall
Max, kiss your brain.
we? Yes,
Kiss
Max.
your brain,
Can
Max.
you kiss your brains, buddy?
Oh.
I think he's got it down. Mwah. One for you, Chatterboxes. One for you, Mr. Producer. One for you, Miss Desiree and Max. Mwah.
Do it.
Did I give myself one? I can't remember. I did now. It's all good. And thank you. We will see you Tuesday for something on Fun University, and next week with Caitlin Anthony right here on on Craft Roulette. Good night.